a new comedy on E4 called Dead Pixels that surrounds a group of gamers in an online game, and we get to see sort of their online world and their world outside of it. It's led by a great young actress, Alexa Davis, who you may remember from Detectorist as Toby Jones's daughter. She was also in Raised by Wolves from Caitlin Moran a few years ago. She's brilliant as sort of the only female member of this group who plays this game called Meg. She's on a date when we first meet her, but she finds out one of their castles is burning down, and has to go and save things and calls time on a date over this game. They've also got Will Merrick in there as sort of a gamer who just is obsessed with this and just spends all their time talking to Meg about what they're going to do and how they're going to better their chances in the game. There's also an American guy whose kids are in desperate need of his attention with an eye infection. Is it? I think that they always just hear their voices rather than seeing them. It actually is a very sweet-natured show, and it's a show about gamers that makes them real as opposed to nerds. And I found it quite endearing. It's all up on All4, the aforementioned better streaming service than Netflix, if you want to watch it. Sarah, when I talked about this to you before we recorded, you said it grew on you. So how many of these have you seen?
Well, it was actually I've seen 3 of them, but it was actually the first episode that grew on me. Because when I first was watching it, the first few minutes, I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh no, this is actually really good. And I think it is the performances. I love her. She's brilliant.
She is good.
But they're also, I just thought the interaction is good. It does, you're absolutely right. It doesn't talk down to gamers. It makes their relationship so believable. It makes the game, why they would be into the game, so interesting. And it has fun with it, whilst also, giving it real love and support. Initially I thought, oh God, it's going to be sort of broad and it's not going to hit the jokes and, it's going to leave me totally cold. But then something really clicked for me and I was like, it's not doing any of that because it's got this real love and care for the characters. And I think that's why it works.
And there was a nice little twist at the end that I genuinely didn't see coming, which I really enjoyed. Matt, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't realise this was all on All4. I would have probably watched another one.
It is, Matt. It's all on All4.
Oh, well, I might go back and watch another one, because I found it hard to judge it on this first episode alone. I agree with you, too, that Alexa Davis is fantastic. I also like Charlotte Ritchie in this. She was like the flatmate who's sort of completely bemused by this whole online gaming world, isn't she? And does things
but again, doesn't mock her for it. She just sort of accepts her for
they're all like outsiders in different ways, aren't they? Because she's almost feels like a little bit of an outsider herself, even though she's like this perfect girl. She buys a flute for some reason in the first episode. When I was at uni, lived with 2 people who were obsessed with World of Warcraft, so I was sort of the outsider there in a way. And I think this is very well balanced. I mean, she's a character, Meg, who is trying to sort of struggle with the sort of balance of her own life and this game that she's sort of stuck on, and the sort of ongoing thread is that they've been doing this for years now and trying to complete it, and they're almost at the end of completing it now, aren't they? That was the
it's
thing.
Sort of where do we go from here?
Yeah.
After that, I'm sure. As someone who's seen 3, is there a lot of narrative development and things?
Yeah, there is some, but a lot of it is just the relationship between the characters, I think. I mean, that's what grabbed me the most. I love just the different ways that why they play the game, what they want to be. You do see more about how much he obviously loves her, but has never told her, and I like that. But I like her awkwardness. I like the way that she's trying desperately to interact with people, but can't quite make it work.
Sometimes I'm a bit sort of against putting stuff all on as a box set because you think, well, why? But in this case, I do feel like I'm more inclined to go on to All4, the better streaming service than Netflix, because I want to catch up with it on my own time and not have to wait, because by the time Thursday comes up again, you might think, oh, I forgot Dead Pixels was on. But now we haven't got the 15-year wait you would have if it was the last episode of GBH. So swings and roundabouts, really. But no, I think for a first episode of a comedy, it delivered what it was supposed to deliver, because I know who the characters are, I know what their world is, I know what the sense of humour is. It made me laugh a lot. I thought it was sweet-natured and fun and didn't take itself or the game too seriously. That's all on All4 now. if you so wish, or it's on E4 Thursdays at 9:30.